today, Sarah. Okay, just a little introduction as usual at the beginning. So every Wednesday, Friday, we speak about e-commerce, social commerce, and social updates. So today we are actually going to speak about the e-commerce trends that you can look forward to in 2022. So thank you for joining us today. If you have not followed our Antas Solutions page, please do so, and if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page as well.
So this is the weekly online purchase. If you see, these are the stats.
Internet users aged 16 to 64 who have bought something online in October, in one of the weeks in October. So you can see that Malaysia are really spending a lot. They're number 4 in the world. Thailand, South Korea, Turkey are actually leading the pack in October. So we are actually ahead of China, which I found quite surprising. You can see the age group. The highest purchasers are actually those aged between 25 and 34 years old. And of course, we kind of expected, right? Females shop more than males.
Yeah, so you can see 57.8% purchase the product or service online. And 27.4% of people already ordered groceries via an online store. 14.4% purchase second-hand or pre-owned item. These can be available through apps such as Carousel. 24.6% use an online price comparison service. This is like bookings.com, where you can compare prices of the same product.
Yeah.
Or Skyscanner.
Yep.
And 17.4% use the buy now, pay later service. So this is percentage from the global internet users aged 16 to 64. Next is the weekly mobile commerce purchases. So this is the percentage of internet users aged between 16 to 64 who bought something online via a mobile phone. This means they're not using their desktop, they're just using their phone. And as you can see in the orange bar shows Malaysia. Malaysia is 42.8% of users, which is really high, the third after South Korea and Philippines.
This is the age group, and so you can see that a lot of the younger generation, the 25 to 34 years old, are using mobile commerce purchases. So female is 34.5 and male 29.8. It's quite encouraging actually to see that the older generation are also using mobile now. At 55 to 64 years old, you can see at the end, right? They have started to use mobile commerce.
Yes, my parents are at that category, and my dad purchases something online almost every day of Shopee.
Wow.
There's always something.
My father-in-law just goes on Facebook.
He goes to Facebook for content, videos and such.
And he posts a lot of photos of what he sees out there, or if there's a cricket tournament, then he'll take a photo of the screen. If of the TV screen to show his friends, and then and he loves gardening too, so he always takes photos of the flowers and he posts it into like flower groups. So that's what keeps him busy.
That's nice to be active online.
It is. It's quite good lah. So he's quite savvy in a sense.
Next is the online purchase drivers. So what pushes people to make online purchase? You see, number one, 50.2% free delivery. This is why we shared before that free delivery now is it's becoming a standard where people expect to have free delivery. And also if you include this, and remember, you always add in the cost of delivery in your product. But when you put that free delivery, it would persuade people to buy more.
Yeah. It did affect what my purchase this week as well. I wanted to buy some groceries, and of course, most of the shops will have the minimum purchase order. So you usually like they will put there, okay, you need to make at least a purchase of 40 ringgit for them to qualify for free delivery. So that's what you can do as well. There are like, if you are using Shopee or Lazada, you can actually sign up for this free delivery coupons or things like that. And they can be quite tricky. Sometimes when you already put in well, you've already redeemed the voucher, right? And then when you check out, you see, the delivery charge is still there. And then when you look into it, then you see, oh, they put another clause. So it's only valid for those which is not immediate purchase, immediate delivery. So it's not the next day delivery, but it's only good for like those who take 2 to 6 day delivery. So that's another thing that you can do for your shop. Next would be coupons and discounts. People love coupons, love discounts, and of course reviews from other customers, right, Sarah?
Have coupons and discounts. Reviews from other customers. This is why you need to add reviews. You could get it from your UGC, the people who have purchased your product, which is why also following up with your customers after they purchase product is important for you to get the review, not just for you to improve your product and get their feedback, but also to show to other potential customers that your product is in fact a good one.
Of course,
Next,
people are always skeptical also about returns, kan?
yes, so easy returns policy. So they know that they could return it easier. You could also work with I can't remember the name, but you could work with third party logistics partner that would help you manage the return. So your customers wouldn't have to go to Post Laju. They could just drop off their items at participating stores, and the participating stores would then send your items, the returned item, back to the warehouse. So this is also an easy way. You don't have to do everything yourself. Next is quick and easy online checkout process. Do not make it difficult. Make sure you have a secure payment gateway linked. It's better to have a secure payment than to write there by the end after they put the things in the cart, and then you say, okay, please transfer the payment to this certain bank account, and then on top of that you say I cannot do online banking, can only do I don't know, cash check or something. So you're making it difficult, all these processes, and you want to make the process, the checkout process seamless and as fast as possible. You don't want to make your customers jump here and there, because if there is a delay, then they would just abandon the purchase and say, oh, I don't have to pay now lah, since it's so difficult.
Oh, people are also buying lots of digital content nowadays. So if you're in that line, you can see that obviously movie and TV streaming services are in demand among all the other digital content kind of purchases. So if you are a Netflix user, you fall into this category. And Sarah, you're a Spotify user?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so that's the second one. Music downloads. What's the difference? Do you know, Sarah?
Download, I guess, is when you download the music instead of streaming it. So you download it onto your phone. I used to download music before Spotify was around.
Directly from the artist website, I guess.
If directly, then you would have to pay, or if you're buying through iTunes, then you'd have to pay, or if you don't want to pay, then you could buy pirated music, which is not encouraged because you are not supporting the artist, so don't do that. So yes, you download the music yourself directly from the artist. You could buy their digital CDs, their digital albums.
Yeah, I listen to YouTube.
Oh, do you subscribe to YouTube Music?
No, I bear with the ads. I mean, the ads actually kind of support the people the channels that I'm watching. So it's okay.
Wow. And also, since we're talking about Spotify, now Spotify is having their, now people are sharing their wrap up, Spotify wrap up.
What's that?
Spotify wrap up is when Spotify shares with the user at the end of the year what have they been listening to. So your data, right? So you know they track the music that you listen to, how many hours, what genre, what artist, and at the end of every year. So right now they're rolling out Spotify wrap up for 2021, and now people are sharing all over Instagram and Twitter their data or their statistics and what have they been listening to. So
Ah,
this wrap up has been going on for many years, but each year it gets bigger. Spotify does more, makes it more interesting and makes it more fun and engaging for people to share. So previously it was just like a report. It was just a report, and the consumer, the end consumer, for example, me, the Spotify user, I would, when I open the app, oh, this is what I listen to. But now, along with time, they know that people like to share this. Gen
mm,
Zs also like to share about themselves. Gen Z like to share about what they're doing, what they're listening to show how cool and hip they are. So
yeah.
people like to share this, and instead of screenshotting it and sharing it, there's an easy button, there's an easy share button for them to share, for the user to share directly on wherever they want. Instagram stories, Instagram posts, or on Twitter. And I shared this just last night also, my wrap up. And this is a good way for Spotify to make themselves, this is marketing. And also when people post it, it directs them back to Spotify. So other people who click on the link on the stories, it would lead them back to Spotify, a good way to generate more Spotify users, because a lot of youngsters out there would feel FOMO. All
Mm-hmm.
the Apple Music people, they aren't getting this, they don't have this, so they don't have things to share, so cannot keep up. So this is a good way, and this is a good example of seeing the opportunity in what you have. So for Spotify, they have the data, they have your data of what you listen to and what you're tracking, and they make that data tracking something fun. Makes the data tracking something fun and something that you can share with the rest of
So
the world.
you don't feel exploited.
So you don't feel exploited even though you are. But then because people nowadays they like to share so much, so
Yeah.
they also like to share this. So there's a lot of animation when you open it. When you open the app, they do this whole storyline, really cool stuff. I'll add it in. I'll add in this the edited video to post it on our
Great.
Instagram. I mean our YouTube.
Yeah. It's kind of like in a way it's like user generated content, right? Next one would be the cross border purchases. That means people who are buying outside of their country, outside of the country that they're in. So you can see Malaysians are still 50-50, so they're still supporting local, and but they're also supporting overseas purchases. Unlike Estonia, which buys a lot from overseas, followed by Austria and Israel. So they're very supportive of other country purchases.
Yes, so sources of new brand discovery. So where do people discover, where did your consumers discover your new brands? Discover all these brands, and if you want to be discovered, where should you be? So number one, search engine. Search engine is 31.4%, followed by ads on TV. I am surprised people still watch TV. Search engine 31%, ads on TV 31%, word of mouth, recommendations from friends or family 27.5%. So you see, word of mouth recommendation is still very important, but where does this recommendation come from? You still have to target them through the ads and such, and then that human being would act as a marketeer and go and promote your products. Next is ads on social media, 27%. I'm not surprised. A lot of many people are on social media now.
Mm-hmm.
Next is brand and product websites. Also, this shows the importance of having your own website. can be a simple one, but somewhere where people can go to make sure that your brand is legitimate. And you see this, there's also a lot of shops now on Instagram that are selling trendy products. But then there are fake shops. They are not real. And people can just easily Google them and discover that they do not have a website. So they're not real. Next is TV shows and films. So this is via product placement. It's always so funny, right? When you watch the shows and then suddenly they're opening a can of Coca-Cola or a can of what do you call it, Dr. Pepper, some American drink that I have heard, that it isn't even sold here, but product placement.
Yeah, I think like James Bond also, he and his Audi cars and his watches.
Yes.
Right. I
You
think
see this a lot in Korean shows.
Ah.
When you watch Korean shows, the latest one, they are always using the latest phone. All of the characters, all of the villain, the hero, they're all using the same latest Samsung phone, latest LG phone, and also cars. Have you watched Bond, James Bond?
Not yet.
Not yet. I wanted to ask you what car, what car are they using? What car?
Yeah, I know they're fans of Audi, but this time.
Mm. Next is recommendations, comments on social media. You see, you want to encourage conversation. You want to make people comment. Consumer review sites. Next is ads in mobile or tablet ads. These ads that we always skip, especially for free apps. I just turn off the app. Followed by in-store product display or promotions. It still works. So people are talking about omni-channel. People are talking about hybrid. You still have your products offline and online. Product comparison websites, ads, product samples or trials, and the last one is updates on brand social media pages. Wow, that is the last. Next is
Actually, I'm really surprised about that one, the last one, because people are putting so much effort on their social media pages, and I guess because they're seeing this organic traffic is quite hard to get, and they're always like, "What can we do to bring more conversion?" So I think it's kind of like a confirmation that for social media, we're using it more for business, but um, conversions might be a bit slower.
yes, but number 4 is ads on social media.
Yeah, so this is not organic. So you need to actually
It's not
depend
organic,
on
yeah. You need to pay on it, yes. Pay
when
on
it
it. You
comes
need to
to
pay for
social
it.
media. Yeah. Okay, now go to the next one.
So number 1 is search engines, 49.2%. This is when people Google your products. This is when they want to find out more about your product. Next is social networks, 43.2%, followed by consumer reviews, 37%. 34% is product and brand sites, followed by price comparison websites.
Okay, this one will be a bit older. Next one I'm going to show you is a bit older because they did not update the stats yet. So in terms of most used social media platforms in Malaysia. So this was what was asked for Taiwan.
January.
Yeah. So the previous ones were all October. This one for Malaysia we can only get up to January. So you can see. Can you see
Wow.
it? So YouTube is leading the pack, 93%, followed by WhatsApp, followed by Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger. So we've been pushing. I guess YouTube is a natural thing. You want to watch your videos, watch how to do DIY things, educational stuff, right? WhatsApp is very popular in Malaysia.
And there's also Malaysian, there's a lot of Malaysian YouTubers doing lifestyle vlog, mukbangs, a lot of food channels, a lot of travel channels also.
Yeah. And Facebook Messenger, I guess people, because they're still very, very active on Facebook in Malaysia. So despite what we say that when Facebook is dying and blah blah blah, the figures are not showing that. They're showing that Facebook is really ruling it, along with Instagram and WhatsApp, which are all under their Meta brand, their Meta company anyway, right? So they're monopolizing. Okay, next we have here reasons why people are using social media. So this is updated again to 2021. So people are using it to stay in touch with friends, family, filling up spare time, reading news stories. This is what I do. I don't go to news sites. I don't buy papers. So I read the most happening news on my feed. And then, of course, sometimes we just want to relax and watch silly things. So we watch funny and entertaining content. So if you are a brand and you want to engage with your customers, this is something that you need to think of as well. People are looking for entertainment. And there's the kpochiness, which is seeing what's being talked about. So you are always in the know. Next will be finding inspiration for things to do and buy, and finding products to purchase. So yeah, that's why you should be on social media. Okay, in terms of global use, Facebook is number one. So it's YouTube and Facebook switched. WhatsApp is the same, Instagram is the same, Facebook Messenger is the same. But you can see that TikTok is right there. They are still below, but they are catching up like crazy. I actually have abandoned my dreams of being a TikTok star. No time yet.
Abandoned? So dramatic that you abandoned.
For the time being, they can do without me lah.
Whenever you feel inspired, then you can just create the TikTok video. So these are the favorite social platforms by age and gender. This is the percentage of global internet users. What is their favorite social media platform? So amongst female internet users for WhatsApp, the highest is from age 35 to 44, followed by the age 55 till 64. So the older people are using WhatsApp more. Next is the types of social media accounts followed.
So family and friends still come first, followed by celebrities, performers, entertainers, bands, singers, TV shows, restaurants, and then of course that's where you connect companies and brands to purchase from, and then influencers and other experts. I'm surprised sports people are not as popular as the other genres.
What?
The sports people are not as popular as the others.
But then it's okay because sports people are paid very highly, so
Good point.
so it doesn't either. I think fame doesn't matter so much because they get all their money from their ambassadorship and dealerships. Next is Facebook post engagement rate.
This is basically just to highlight a lot of our superstars are always asking why they're not getting as much engagement and things like that. So if you are actually having less than 10,000 fans, this is an average number of people who will actually be engaging with you, right? But if you have 10,000 to 100,000 fans, then you can expect this percentage of people actually engaging with you. And if you have more than 100,000 fans, then you have 0.05. So it doesn't grow in terms of percentage, but because your number of followers are already high, so even though it's a small percentage, it is a big deal. So don't worry so much. That's for Facebook then, and this is for Instagram. So the same deal. The percentage goes down a bit. If you're comparing to this, it's quite a big difference. But if you look at Instagram, it's just a small difference. So the numbers of followers, again, the more than 100,000 is just 0.76%. That is an average for you to expect. So I think we've covered, So I think we've covered a lot of the social updates where you should be spending time on, what kind of content people are looking for, who and where they are. So hopefully this will help you to plan your social media marketing for 2022. And then we're going next. So
So
these
these are
are
the
the
popular product categories for Malaysian e-commerce. If you're Malaysian e-commerce, these are the top 3 products: electronics and media, fashion and beauty, and food and personal care. So if you're thinking, what do I want to sell? Maybe you can look at one of these 3 categories. So next, these are the top 3 most categories with most visits: online marketplace, fashion and sports, travel. Online marketplace is like their top 10 merchants. So it's like Shopee, Lazada, Taobao, Agoda. And then now people are also making more travel bookings. Agoda booking, a lot of people are going there more. Top 3 destinations Malaysians are planning their vacations are Kuala Lumpur, Melaka, and Penang.
are in these 3 states, then you can start to plan how to attract these customers. If you're not doing e-commerce alone, you're omnichannel, like what Sarah mentioned earlier, you can actually target people who are coming to these states to sell your products there. So we were talking about groceries earlier, and you can see that adoption of online purchases for groceries has seen a 3 times growth. You can look here. This is the most, right? Groceries, but the others would be consumer electronics, clothing, footwear, personal care, beauty, and household appliances. So the most growth is actually in the grocery sector, but you will be fighting a lot on price. So if you don't want to fight on price, you need to find a way to really stand out. You can see Malaysians are really a lot, but the most purchases are actually happening from China. It's
Yeah.
78% here, 69% here, 6% here,
Right.
31% here, 9%
Okay.
here. All right, then we'll go to the next one, which is this. We actually covered sustainable practices in our last 2 episodes, I think. Sarah was talking about what kind of packaging people are looking for when it comes to being sustainable. And actually, a lot of Malaysians, 87% in fact, of Malaysians tell us that they would choose a brand that has environmental, social, and governance (ESG) built into their brand and businesses. And they're 70%, 77% are willing to pay a 10% premium when they do this. So maybe to differentiate your brand, this is something you can do. Another thing would be some of the things that we found are most popular on Shopee Malaysia in 2021. So in case you are selling there, these are the things that have been sought after by a lot of shoppers. So printed striped culottes. I don't know whether this is something I would wear, but obviously a lot of shoppers are looking for this for some reason. Followed by birthstone earrings. So if you're in the jewelry line, people are spending a lot on getting birthstone jewelry earrings. So this would like be the ruby. This could be a diamond. This could be other stones that they're looking for. I don't know my birthstone. I know I'm a amethyst because I'm an Aquarian and that's our birthstone. So Sarah, what's your birthstone?
I don't know. What's a birthstone?
Something that is for it, the zodiacs and things like that, they have like a birthstone thing. So this if you roll, you have better fortune or better luck or something like that. So people
like
are actually
emerald or sapphire, right?
yeah.
I think I checked it out before, but I cannot remember. But I do have that number 1 printed stripe collet. I do have
you
one.
do.
I do. I didn't know it was trending. I did buy it in 2020. I
So
bought it
that means
offline though.
you
Offline.
were leading the trend.
Yes, I contributed to the statistic.
Next one will be what meals are the kudos on what meals are earrings, obviously. What meals are buying are actually sneaker fresheners so that your skin don't smell. So this is something new for me actually. I didn't know that people were spending a lot of this.
I used to spend on shoe spray,
Yes, I've seen that. This is something new
which
for me.
is which serves the same thing as this to freshen up your shoes.
Hmm. Convenient.
Next is pen.
So if you've got white sneakers, this is something to make sure that it maintains and continues being white. I didn't know there was such a thing either. A white marker for shoes, midsoles, sneaker guard. So this is something popular. And if you're looking at toys and dolls category, the mini bears is super cute. People are buying this online a lot. I think it's great, especially during Christmas when you want to add something in your box. So this will definitely be something that
Yes, and also
business packages.
yeah, and also talking about the midsole pen boost, this is where you can upsell. If you are already selling shoes, you sell shoes accessories such as the fashion appeal, this pen, shoelaces. So sell products of the similar category accessories that will complement your main product.
Good idea. Next would be for babies, right? Baby products are very, very popular. So the baby bath towel is so popular. Oh, he wants a baby towel.
He wants susu bottle. Can't hear you.
When it comes to just bought online, like snacks and things like that, Barbican is actually a popular brand that people are buying online. You know, recently there was this hoo-ha about the Tima brand, and it was completely sold out. So maybe that is something that was also popular in 2021, but was not featured here. And under the electronics, mobile and gadgets category, this is actually one of the highest selling products. The Yes Kasi Up Prepaid 15 with 760,000 monthly sales. So if you're looking for something to sell, you can actually consider this. Maybe the margin is low, but because of the volume, you're making quite a bit out of it.
So I'm guessing maybe the younger people who don't have a lot of disposable income, but they want data, so they are the target market for that, right? Most probably.
Yeah.
Prepaid, yes. I also used prepaid when I was younger, when I couldn't afford to pay for postpaid. Yeah.
And the last but not least, before we end our session, is what is trending globally. So if you're thinking about what to sell next year, these are the categories in the top 17. So toys, shoes, pens, pencils, decorative bottles, great as gifts, drills, especially for those guys. For us now, a lot of us staying at home, working from home, you need your DIY, repairs, so drills work, cutters work.
No.
GPS navigations. I'm surprised at that one because I thought people are just using whatever's in their phone. Yeah. And then there's underwear for women, bras, motor vehicle parts, office chairs. If you actually saw, not office chairs, but gaming chairs is something to also consider. Projectors, obviously, will always be in demand. And if you don't want a TV at home, people now use projectors so that you can have a huge, big screen, cinema-like experience in your own home. Kitchen towel, something that we all use. Digital artwork. This one I should start selling. I think Sarah, you're good at art too. Maybe you can consider selling this online. Answers.
Eyebrow enhancers, yes. So I want to add on a few points. Eyebrow enhancers. I do see this myself on Instagram. New brands, people are selling very specific products under eyebrow enhancers. For example, just the brow gel. Only brow gel. They only sell brow gel, or they only sell not the stick one, but like the template to fill in your eyebrow. And then when we talk about projectors, this is also why it could be trending, is that because of the latest trend on TikTok. So on TikTok about projector photography, people are using projectors to take photos. on the lights. So this is such a huge trend amongst youngsters and Gen Z's. Projector photos, sunset lamp photos. A lot of these products are driven um, by current trends. What else? Yeah, bras also. There's a lot of new undergarment brands popping up. You could focus on different niche, whether it's for homeware or for fitness or for nursing. And office chairs, because people are staying at home a lot more.
Yeah.
And people are working from home. And
Neon signs, I don't know why.
You just no explanation. It's trending there, but we don't know why. Neon signs. Maybe it's a part of also the whole home decor. But okay, tablet computers and water bottles.
Yes, so that wraps up what we are looking at 2022. What do you think is in trend? What do you see happening for your shop? What are you planning? Do leave your comments below. We will be reducing our twice a week shows to once a week show starting from January. So leave your comments. What do you want to listen? What do you want to learn? And we will also be running workshops next year. So if you are planning something for your staff, if you yourself want to learn something and that's not available out there, you don't know where to go, you can always leave us a message, and we can try to see how we can run the workshops for you, right? So thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks for watching. See you again, and please like and subscribe to our channel. Bye.